We're here today with First Distribution ITWeb webinar, as you probably know by now, unlocking the power of Microsoft Copilot. Generative AI is not going to transform the whole world overnight, but it can transform parts of your world very significantly. And we're going to unpack that today, looking at Copilot, especially since Copilot or Microsoft is introducing a new pricing model. You will now be able to pay for this on a monthly system starting in December.
So I can tell you, I think Copilot has probably saved me anything between 30 and 40% of my day. And it's cut down so much of that nitty-gritty administrative tasks that I really hate doing. Now, recapping the meeting is quite cool because generally when you miss a meeting, you tend to have the recording. Then you got to find another hour in your day later on, either in the evenings, before bedtime, whatever the case is, to go now and catch up on this recording to see what is actually going on or what was said. You can actually click on this little button called Mention. Mention will tell you where you have been mentioned in this meeting and what your follow-up tasks would be. Now I'm going to click on this. There's so many times in a week where you'd be a part of emails, and now look at this, right? This is a conversation that started quite a while back. And as you can see, there's 5 different emails, and it's quite a lengthy chain of emails that you need to go through. Now, previously, what you would do is you would go onto this mail, you start at the bottom, read what the first response was, and then sort of catch up from there. And as you can see, it's quite lengthy, right? And you don't have the time for this. I'm going to say summarize with Copilot. It's creating the summary for me. And this is basically it. So you can go and change the different settings, how you want the rules to look. Now I'm going to ask you to add a formula for me. Excel is quite challenging sometimes, especially when you don't know all of the Excel formulas, and there's a million formulas, right? We're never going to know all of it. Now imagine if you need to do something and you don't know what the actual formula is, you would then go and ask Copilot to assist you. So we wanted a formula. Now Copilot is explaining the formula to us, and it's explaining to us what the formula actually is used for. Now I'm going to tell Copilot, please insert that column, because that's exactly what I wanted it to do. And I'm going to ask Copilot a question. What is the profit based on the detailed description? And it's going to give me exactly that. Now for data analysis and for people that are doing budgets, this is a pretty cool tool. Remember, this data is in a table form, right? And when you're presenting data, you don't generally present it in Excel format. If you're sharing this with higher management, if you're having a meeting, you would want it in a pretty form, right? So this is what you can ask Copilot to do for you. You would ask it to put it into graph forms. And remember, you can go and edit this however you want it to look. You can change the colors, bar graph, pie graph, whatever it is, and you can tell Copilot exactly what you want it to do. I think it's very, very cool. Saves a lot of time in my day, especially when I'm analyzing a lot of Excel sheets, and I basically just ask Copilot to assist me. Now, previously, you would basically go, look for images off the net, copy, paste, insert. It's so complicated because Copilot is pulling information off the internet. It's actually pulling the information through to you without you even lifting more than a finger. The cool thing about Copilot is that you actually speak to it as well. So instead of you typing out what you want to say, you can actually press the little microphone button there, and then you'll be able to talk to Copilot. You can customize Copilot the way you want it in your organization. It's very difficult to take a blanket approach, especially when every customer is different, every company is different, right? So we would need to understand what is going on in your company, what are your pain points, and then we can assist you in customizing Copilot just like that for you.
Microsoft has been building a very powerful ecosystem. They've brought it into the cloud. A lot of us trust the Microsoft 365 ecosystem, and Copilot is now a part of that. That's why it's not yet available for third parties. That's why it's only going to use data that's within this ecosystem. They're taking every precaution to make sure you don't have to worry about those peripheral issues, and rather you can just get in there, get stuck in it, and enjoy it. This has been a webinar brought to you by ITWeb and First Distribution, unlocking the power of Microsoft Copilot. I hope it's been very useful for you. With that, please go out there, experiment, try it some more. It's changing the world. See how it can change your world as well. So thank you very much. Have a great afternoon, a great Wednesday. We'll see you at the next one. Thank you. Goodbye.